There's so many ways to make money nowadays. If there's anything the city taught me how to do, it is how to hustle. When it comes down to the wire, anything is possible.
Hi, welcome to My Lor Podcast. My name is Mia Musa. I am a comedian and I am a co-writer and co-producer for the up-and-coming TV series out of Baltimore called My Lor Gig. Today, we are sitting with Lord Isaac here, who is also a comedian, and we'll learn a lot more about him in a couple minutes. But before we learn more about him, we're going to jump right into some a local controversy that it was revealed, I feel like some years ago, but I think somebody just posted like a video or a meme and it got the people going a little bit.
It broke my heart a little.
You know, it's like the locals are emotional about it. Okay, so we just wanted to start with that. And that is that some of these Maryland blue crabs that we're eating are not actually from Maryland.
Catfishing crabs, man. This is insane. I didn't think we could do that. I mean, like little white lies, like, oh, we got these the same day or something. But no, they're not even from here.
Yeah.
Like that one lady on TikTok. She's like, I'm from Baltimore. No, you're not. And neither are these crabs.
So for those that didn't hear about it, again, it's been put out that some of these crabs are actually coming from Asia, namely like Thailand or China. Now, I actually learned about this a couple years ago because I don't know if y'all remember, it was like maybe 2017 and when Trump was in office and it was like some trade agreement, like with Asia or something that he was either trying to do or shut down. And I don't know, I think I was doing research on that and I found out,
from what I understand, he was trying to shut it down but then trying to bring it back. You know, like he has this habit of causing problems that only he can fix. And he's still doing that now. So
that makes sense. And so I saw when I was doing research on that, it was talking about how like China, I think, had revolutionized pretty much a way to like hold seafood or something, or like to store it. And I noticed because I was wondering, I was like, how are all these crab boil places popping up? Or now you can get crabs from Aldi's or crab legs from Aldi's and stuff like that. Like you could not do that before. You could only eat crabs during a certain season, you know. It cost a lot of money. You couldn't, like now, like if y'all come to Maryland, y'all will know there is crab meat on everything. It's on pretzels. It's on eggs. Like it's on everything. It was not like that before.
They got crab meat on imitation crabs. It's insane. And I'm still trying to figure out when did crab boils become so popular, because usually you had to go down south to get them, where they just make it out of like this makeshift tub and they make it all for everyone. Now everybody's getting these individual Ziploc baggies. They just keep busting it out the plastic. And I'm just like, I'm sick of it. It's not even the same. You know, you have too much of a good thing. It just becomes like now everybody has it.
Yeah.
Now you got to find the good version of it.
Yeah. Because I think what made me look into it was like my mother maybe made a point that like my kids would be asking for like crab and shrimp, and she looking like these fancy kids, and I'm like, it's not fancy. Like I got this again from the freezer section at Aldi for like
you can get lobster tail from Aldi's.
Exactly. And then it made me go back to like this was considered a delicacy. Like it's still, of course, like if you get a bushel of crabs, it's still kind of pricey, but it's different from, again, going into a restaurant and I can get like a crab pretzel or something, or I can get like a crab pizza. Like it's just crab on everything.
Now it's like, I knew that some of the crabs were coming from southern states as well. So I didn't like make too much of a fuss about it. But like shellfish used to be just fed to just convicts only. Like they used to just eat lobsters and stuff like that. And then we decided like, oh, it's a delicacy now. Now it just shot up the price. So we're just paying for executive bug meat now.
That's real. I went to Tanzania before, and I went to, I was in Zanzibar, which is an island, and walking down like the beach, and people will come up to you and ask if you want to, you know, anything. And so it was somebody that came up to me and was like, oh yeah, if you want some real good food, I could take you to my aunt house. And so they took us to their aunt house. We was just like,
straight took you to a residential district on the island. Like, no, leave that restaurant alone.
I know. And I hate the internet now, because now all these stories like, you can't do that, you're going to get kidnapped. And I was like, I would have got kidnapped about 50 million times in my life, because I done walked in some alleys.
You're more likely to get kidnapped at Nobu than somebody's auntie house.
You know?
That's the thing. No one ever got kidnapped at the residential. They always out and about somewhere.
Exactly. So it was the backyard, and they had, oh my goodness, when I tell y'all, that was the best meal I ever had. But there it was kind of like a poverty meal, something called ugali, which is like a grain. It's almost like grits, and it was like some fish straight out of the Indian Ocean, and that would have been gourmet here, you know. But that was just like normal everyday meal. There. So I can imagine like back in the day, crabs just being like one of them things, especially off the shore, if like you was near the thing.
Like we used to just have them, just a bushel of crabs that like every time there was a cookout, there would always be crabs, just newspaper laying around. And Baltimore's ruthless. They don't even tell you how to do it. They'll help you with like 2 crab claws in your entire life. And then the rest is just, I ain't got time to help you. Yeah. Which is wild as a crab mentality, eating crabs. Yeah. But you just left in the trenches on your own. You had to figure it out.
It's a delicacy. If you don't know how to do it right, you shouldn't be doing it. That is the point. Don't play with it. You gotta go
through the entire crab, like all of it, like going through all of just the guts, the arms and legs. Like, oh, there's other meat here. No, don't eat this, eat that, or just eat all of it like some savage. Well, however you eating it, that's just how it is, and it's just a stack of claws and shells left at the end. We don't even know where they go at this point. I think someone's using it on Etsy to make jewelry.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, if y'all are watching this and y'all are disturbed by the information we're sharing, it doesn't mean that all Maryland blue crabs are not from Maryland. Some of them are still coming out of the bay and coming out of the ocean. Maybe that makes you more nervous. I'm not really sure. Either way, it's still a fun task. It's still something to get. I'm still going to eat them. But we're going to move on and get to know you a little bit more. So tell us more about yourself and your creative journey.
Well, I've been doing comedy now for about 10 years. And I wanted to say on and off, but I've always either wrote something or worked with someone else's project. And just like being consistently on stage after the pandemic has helped out a lot more. I've also worked on the project Cityfied. That's on YouTube as well.
Oh, nice.
Traveling around the DMV, doing open mics and shows there, just getting your name out there and stuff like that. Like, comedy has changed a lot. Mm-hmm. Like, when I started out, I was doing comedy upstairs on Saratoga Street at this spot called like the Star or something. It's now a place that sells falafel.
Okay.
like most of the places I've done comedy, they don't have no Myth and Moonshine is gone. And I was like, I just got flyers of old restaurants that don't exist anymore. And then like once you actually get your footing on what you actually want to do, it's just convincing everyone else that this is who you are. Because like we all do comedy, and then we just see people that just do other people's comedy. And then it's like making it to the point where they know it's your joke even if you're not telling it. Mm-hmm. So it's just getting yourself out there, and then whenever news come out, everyone's doing that news story. Like when Diddy his house got raided, everyone just kept talking about baby oil. It sickened me. I had to go deeper into this trial just to find something funny, and I'm sick to my stomach at what I discovered. To hell with his mama, to hell with anyone that went to those parties. And then like doing comedy now, it's like I'm on a podcast. I'm doing any medium that I can. I'm just posting my videos on it because ridiculous stuff is becoming famous. So if you don't think you have anything, post it. Like like you can be famous. I'm not saying you can't be talented too, because that's what's going to keep you going. Because anyone can be famous. We know a lot of trends that go on and off because they just take the money and run. Yeah. But if you actually want to do it, you got to get used to the good and the bad times of doing comedy, where it's like people complaining, oh, you shouldn't have said that. I don't know if any of this shit's funny until after I say it. Yeah. That's the only way I'm ever going to know. And then we're at the point now where it just depends where I say it. I've kept jokes I can't say here and I say it over there. And I'm like, I don't think you can get canceled as a comedian anymore. You just change your audience. You're never going to truly be canceled, because remember when Louis C.K. got canceled? Then like a year later, he won a Grammy. I didn't even know he had a special out. I was like, wait, what?
No, I don't think canceling is real. Let's just say
It's
that.
not.
It's like there might be a community that don't mess with you no more. Like I told people, like when all that controversy was happening with Dave Chappelle, and Chappelle is my favorite comedian,
Yeah.
right? So I had gone to, because I think Netflix canceled his documentary, showing it on there, and so he decided to do an arena tour showing it. So I went to the DC stop.
Yeah.
That line was around the block, okay? And so the internet was just like, he canceled, he's over. It was thousands of people in that line going to go see this man in the pandemic. And I will say, because I was very anti like all the extra precautions and stuff, so I didn't want to go to certain places. But I did what I had to do for that one.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. There was a lot of things we were doing we weren't supposed to do in the pandemic.
Yeah, I did what I had. We had to download an app. You know, with his show, you got to put the thing. That's not
to disable your phone so you can't use them during the show or film it.
And it's a joke I say, you know, that like 30 years ago, you know, Sinead O'Connor was on Saturday Night Live and she ripped the picture up, and then her career was over, and so the punchline is nothing compares to that. And only people that are old enough to know that she sung that song get that joke. But like my point that I'm making with that joke is that like there are people that be legitimately cut off. It don't be these famous guys that do something wrong.
Now it takes more to get canceled. Like we cancel stuff over the smallest of things. Like, oh, they said this joke, they're not supposed to say that. But Trump can openly say, I don't mess with Obama and anything he does, and we don't consider it racist, but he has to do more for us to go, well, we can't cancel him. He's the president now. It's like, yeah, you can.
You know, I think because, especially our generation, I think because we grew up with like, because I remember, because I was in politics very young, and I remember that the littlest thing could get you like your political career messed up. And so remember like with Clinton, before the whole sexual scandals, it would be the smoking weed thing, and everybody had to say they didn't smoke weed. Now it's just like you grew up on the internet. A lot of your youthful things are on there. So I think we all decided, like, if you cussing, you doing this, like, we just gonna have to let that slide and focus on something else. And some people were just very delusional about. Trump is one of them people that people are very delusional about.
It's like the more technology evolved, the more out in the open people want to be. Like, if Pop had Twitter when he was going out, he wouldn't have 3 families, because it's about what you can get away with, what you can hide. And like those scandals with like Clinton stuff, they were never heard of. You never heard of Nixon doing a bump. You heard of Nancy doing one in the book, but that never really came out till later. But now that we have all that, it's like, okay, we now know he's doing this, this, and that. What is actually shame anymore? Like, oh, he's out here just smoking the entire weed out of a taco hat. I'm like, okay, outside of grammar, what are you trying to say? It's like we can't, like, what is right and wrong anymore? We're just looking at it like, okay, he did this, and then the rest of the world is going so.
Yeah.
So at this point, it's just like, there is no shame in what we're doing, so we can just do anything, and we're all desensitized because there is no consequences in most cases.
Yes, it's too much going on. I was thinking about on the way here, somebody was just saying, all you need is 100,000 people that really mess with you, and that's fine. Because I was thinking about, like, there are people that have a solid career right now, like I say in comedy.
Yeah.
But they walk down the street and some people might not have any idea who they are, but they have been able to connect with their audience and be able to monetize and take advantage of that, you know, with people that really, you know, mess with them.
100,000 people, if they all pay $1, you're set.
Yeah.
That's all that really takes. I'd rather have anonymity. I want to keep the money, and I don't care if you ever know me. I'm like, all right, you can come to this show. I didn't know you did that. I didn't either. I'll keep it that way. That's why if I ever win the lottery, Maryland, Virginia, and all those other states let you claim it anonymously, you'll never know that I won. I'll just be in there just pretending I'm struggling just like everybody else. Like, work is tough. I was like, you have no idea.
That being said, because we said, you know, we talked about My Lor Gig, but we didn't say exactly what it is. So the premise of My Lor Gig, it follows a young lady named Lauren who ends up in a tight spot. It's supposed to be kind of like fresh off the pandemic. Remember they said that you ain't had to pay rent. You did have to pay rent.
In some places said you ain't had to pay rent, and others was like, nah, you got to go. We're trying to clear these spaces out.
Exactly. So, you know, that's what happens to her. And then she ends up having to owe all this rent money. And so she uses different gigs, and every episode focus on a particular gig so that she raises this money. And one of the reasons why we're doing this, it's like, it's highlighting kind of that gig economy or whatever. But as somebody that does comedy, and I'm sure you do other like independent self-employed work, because most artists do, you find yourselves in such crazy predicaments, you know, as a result. And you find yourself around people that you never really thought that you would ever be around. So do you have a story of what might have been like your funniest gig situation or craziest gig?
One of my craziest gigs was I also fix electronics. I fixed a trap lord's phone, whose name I will not state and whose location I will not tell. All I know is that he knew that I fixed phones, so I'm fixing phones and whatnot. I'm just going in there, like buku messages pop up. I'm not trying to read any of it, but like some of them have little previews on it. I'm looking, I'm just like, I ain't got nothing to do with none of I'm just putting this back together. As soon as he came by, he's like, you ain't see nothing? I was like, I don't know anything. Paid me in cash, just like usually people cash at me money. He paid me in actual cash. I felt dirty. I was like, and he paid me more than what I asked for. And I was just like, you go take it and go. I've seen relationships end off of what I've fixed on phones because it always happens over electronics. I do that and I do other stuff as well. But people treat their phones better than they treat their kids. One of my friends had his phone fixed and he sent his girlfriend to pick it up because usually I don't give back devices unless you say this person can pick up your device. So he said he can. She had the password. There's another woman on the screen on the artwork because I didn't have his password. I just fixed the screen and gave it back. And she was just like, who is that? She showed it to me like I was supposed to know. I don't know.
Crazy.
I don't put, you think I put other women on his wallpaper to break y'all up? I don't like you. I'm here for the money. I swear to God, I'm here for the money. But it's just trying to get yourself out there. But at the same time, it's like, you got to do several different routes of income to get the money as soon as possible because everybody wants it sooner. And like, when they did the whole pandemic thing, they just said we didn't have to pay, but they were still tacking on how much we owed. And some places would either say, all right, we'll let you pay as you go on top of what you already owe, or we want all of this right now, which they just use just to get people out. Because I found that some places were doing that so they could renovate the places. I was just like, oh, so y'all had this just from jump. So this was going to happen. So when I was watching My Lor Gig, and seeing all the stuff she had to go through in her episodes, I started thinking about stuff. I was like, man, I had to flip a DVD player for somebody else. And then like a box of like, it was a whole bunch of PS4s. And I had to replace the HDMI points on all of them. I've just got like a stack of these. So I'm literally treating it like drug money. Like making sure all of these get sold or I'm selling them online and then getting them because digital money before Cash App had like limits to it. Everyone was using Cash App and they were sending like, they were just funneling money. Now it's like, oh, you can only send this much. The government sees it now and stuff like that. So it's like, we're trying to be careful with taking care of ourselves, but trying to do things the legit way sucks. Like everyone has that talk about if we could just get a brick, we can make it work. Like, nah. Even then, you still got to put up with customer service, the bottom line. HR got MAC 10s now, so
my goodness,
it's just you got one job the government knows about, and you got like 7 of them that you got to do to survive because this job will get pissed if you get 2 jobs.
Yeah, people were getting. Actually, I have a friend that got fired because he was working like 2 jobs at the same time. But it was another little, you know,
it's like a jealous spouse. Like, you got other money,
right? Because if I'm performing, like, why do it matter? Y'all know it's hard out here.
It used to be a time where as long as you did your job, they did not care. Yeah, they didn't care what happened. It's just like they doing their thing, but. Other jobs, they want to run background checks and stuff, and that either flags the other job or they find out from the other job because they want a reference at where you currently work. So you got they got AIs out now, so we can just manipulate our resumes to get these jobs because they used to do that where they kept, because there was like a very small form of AI that most companies would use where it wasn't as intelligent, but they had certain questions they want to answer a certain way to hire certain people. Yeah. Now we can get that. Now we can do that. And they don't want us to have more than one job because then they have to realize and admit that they don't pay us enough to do the shit they want us to do at the rate they want us to do it.
Yeah.
That's why Amazon just be firing people. You could go back to Amazon after a while. They talking about, oh, you fired. I remember I got fired from Amazon.
Yeah.
They gave me like a form saying I could appeal it. I was like, I ain't about to beg for Amazon. I'm going home.
I'm not going to say what I want to say.
Tell me I'll say it.
We just going to hustle it out. That's all I'm going to say. I want to give a sneak preview into what we're looking to do for episode 2 because Isaac is actually invited to be a part of that episode. So in episode 2, the whole premise, because again, she does a different gig every time. So the episode 2, she's a delivery driver, right? And so talking about Amazon, she's delivering food, and so she's delivering food to these different places. She ends up at this kind of like bar club, kind of shady spot, it's
a dive.
Exactly, like a little shady spot. And as she goes through it, and I don't want to reveal the surprise because the surprising part is the one that part is funny to me. Y'all gonna have to donate and help us get episode 2 done.
It's gonna be worth the watch.
It's gonna be worth the watch. It's gonna be fun. But it's basically a high stakes game, that happens, that she gets invited into and, has to decide if she wants to keep getting that $2-3 per delivery or be a part of this game and either win big or lose big.
It's a gamble. You got to decide. You want to put this on the table or what? There's no holds barred when this door closes.
Exactly. And so Isaac's going to kind of be this like high strung character a little bit. That's going to be pretty funny, to watch. I'm excited about that.
I'm excited too because when you told me about the idea, y'all got to actually donate to watch it. When you tell me the idea, I was like, now I got to research into this because I was already getting involved in that particular stuff. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? This will actually work. And I didn't realize how corrupt it can be with individuals setting their own stakes and stuff. I was like, excuse me?
Yeah.
And then it's just like the monetary portion. I'm like, now I got to have something to support my life, support my hobbies. And now I got to get another gig to pay for this stuff that I can't afford. I will never financially recover from this.
Yeah. And I think that's another thing that we're trying to show like with this show, because it's just like a lot of times with gig work, you got to put money in to get money out. And so it's this constant gamble,
It absolutely is because like there's never been a gig we have ever partaken in, even from the lemonade stand all the way to just accounts making AI videos of us, which should be another episode in its entire stuff because that scares me. But yeah, it's always whatever you put in, you also have to put your best foot forward in it because anyone can put down money and get all the stuff they need. But if they're not motivated to do it outside of just making a buck, it's not going to work. People are going to see it. And there have been, and I hate to say it, there's some black businesses, just because they say support black, that don't mean don't look at what their business practices are. Because a lot of people will say, I can do this, I can do that. And then they're making a new page the next week, offering the exact same stuff just to hide from the people they already flipped on. And it's just, that's the scary part about it. It's like trying to get into it, putting your money, and worse when it's someone else's money. You rather try to do it on your own, so you ain't got to put nobody else in that consequence. If it falls on me. If it falls on someone else, they're going to be hounding you.
Right. Yeah.
And don't be the one trying, and we don't even want to even tell people if we do well, because if we bring them in, and it falls or it collapses, they'll think, oh, you brought me in, it's a scam. Or if you bring somebody else in and they mess up. Yeah. Like if you bring somebody into where you work and their reference, anything that happens to them falls on you. Yeah. So even if they leave, now they looking at you like, you can't be trusted. You had to hire this man and he was washing his junk in the sink. Yeah.
I want to say in camera, we're a good bet, okay? If anybody is watching this, they're like, oh, I want to invest in that. It won't collapse. I promise.
This is good. Energy. Y'all at film festivals too, right?
We made it in a bunch of film festivals all over, London, LA, locally. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. So we're a good bet. They're definitely a good bet. Talented team.
Their page has not changed. They're not flipping. They're not going to be like, My Lor Gig. It's not going to be ride or die next season. The theme might be, but
yeah. But listen, the name and the brand I've already thought about the flip for season 2. Ooh. All right. Talk about flip. Before we go, I want to do a wild card segment. We're going to do a game of this or that. Okay. All right. Chicken box or lake trout?
Chicken box. Before they went and got gentrified, and it cost like a grip to get just 4 wings and fries.
I know, because it used to cost like $3.
Lake trout hasn't really
$4.
changed as much. It's always been like a higher tier item, but now it's the same price as chicken.
Yeah.
So it's like I'd rather just get the box and do it at home.
That's crazy. Ravens versus Orioles.
I'm gonna say Orioles because with Ravens, it's more of a gamble now because Washington's first year quarterback almost went to the Super Bowl that year. And if he did, everyone was going to go and ask Lamar what's going on. Because we're kind of falling in that territory of, are we the Cowboys now? Like, no, we'll never be them. But we definitely, some changes need to be made. But Orioles, yes.
Got you. Inner Harbor or Fells Point?
Fells Point, because Inner Harbor has nothing to do anymore. It's a ghost town with tourists walking around wondering what's going to be over here next.
What's going to be a thing?
At Fells Point, outside of the cobblestone, which is weird that there's just a bunch of pubs and there's no leveled ground for you to walk on. You're just rolling your ankle, but you're too drunk to feel it. But it's definitely a nice spot to go to because they try to do everything for everybody. And even and I wanted to say this, I know it's a little bit off, but it's actually at Fells Point, where they used to film Homicide: Life on the Street is now a waterfront hotel. That used to be the base, the headquarters for Homicide: Life on the Street. And I was like, is there anything that we get to keep anymore here? Is there like a museum exhibit for it? But yeah, Fells Point over in the harbor.
Got you. Now, if you had to choose between swimming in the harbor and getting pulled over by the police, which one?
Pulled over in a heartbeat. They just pulled a body out of a trunk recently, didn't they? The harbor is nothing but Lincoln Continental motor fluid. You know how many cutlasses are in the water now? It's not even water. I've seen white people pull up to the harbor just frolicking, swimming. And I was just like, you think the inbreeding's going to protect you from what's in this? You gonna come out looking like a turnstile when this is done. I'm like, ew. I'd rather get pulled over. The only time I've ever been pulled over was in Little Italy. They'll profile you, but they won't shoot you.
So you don't trust all the work they've been doing.
It's not water. Because remember when Brandon Scott jumped? That's when I knew I couldn't trust the word that man says most of the time. He said, yo, we can go swimming. I was like, you fuck boy. You just did whatever. You ain't even fixed the streets, but you jumped head first into this. Who paid for your campaign? Because the only way you catch me jumping in there is if I got some corrupt connections. I made my deals and I have to pay doing this. I won't even, if the water splashes on me, I'm going to right hook something. I swear to God.
Oh my
don't let it touch me.
I was there. I was watching that. I was like, I got to see this for myself.
Because people, I don't know what was worse. The people that reserved to do it or the people that were accepting being on the wait list in case someone gave up and said, I don't want to do this. And it still happened. I was like, no, you can't tell me that. Like, have we had one mayor that wasn't corrupt? Catherine Pugh made that dyslexic children's book, and he just jumping in the harbor head first, DJing. He's still DJing. Like he has. Even the mayor of Baltimore has gigs.
Oh God, I know. Listen, we are art-based city. We are gig city.
Art-based city, okay? And it's like it's art in the sense of it's thriving above the struggle. Like, the more the city collapses, like Upton always seems to look like. That's the only part of the city that looks like 1996 all the way around. The newest thing is just literally shaking, baby. It's the only thing that gets updated. Everything else just slowly folding in. But we got art and it's thriving, and we're going outside of Baltimore to get it, to spread the word. And even in like music, they hear our cultural references in it. Like Beyonce drops album before Cowboy Carter, Renaissance, and had like Baltimore club music in it. Mm-hmm. And then Drake, dick riding as he does, goes in and he has something that has our music in it. And that's like, you know our music when you hear it, you know our voice when you hear it. So that's a good thing that we are art-based, but I think we can tone down on the struggle a little bit. City, can you like build us up a little more? Y'all keep trying to gentrify everything. We can't afford what you put in here, fam.
Yeah. It'd be like everything more expensive, but you still at risk of being harmed.
Like, my job is nice, but my house is squalor. I'm like, what is this?
Where is it? We need to find a balance. We need to figure it out. All right. On that note, you're an artist, you're a creative yourself. How do we support you?
Money. That's the best. But you can follow me on Instagram at Heel365, HEEL365. On that page, it shows every other thing that I support and I'm connected to. So my repair business, Deus Ex Repairs, is there. My 3D printing business, Avarice Cosplay, is there. Or Avarice Customs now is there. The podcast that me and Black Chakra and my friend Ray Black all are on, called Where the Fuck is Vision, on Spotify and other basically anywhere you can get podcasts. That's where the podcast is.
Nice.
We got 2 more episodes. I got to post those later this week. And basically where the FS Vision came from, the fact of literally just black nerds talking about just the nerdy stuff, because every other person that had they just treat podcast equipment like crack in the 80s, where everybody has a mic and you think, oh God, they're about to talk about relationships. They're like, no, we're just nerds talking about nerd stuff, and it gets deep into it. So we just say it's a safe space to come there, talk about it. You're all fun. Yeah, all the places you can find me there, and then anywhere else is usually going through there, and it's under the same branding and name, Heal 365. So you can find me there. I'm also on the Project Cityfy, that's on YouTube. I'm going to be helping out with My Lor Gig. I don't know why I said Lord. I'm getting my name and your name confused. My Lor Gig, even though it's spelled LOR, and I'm LORD, and that's the only differences. But yeah, you can find me at Heal 365 on all my social media platforms. And from there, you can find everything else that I'm going to be tied to or stuff, because I actually do promote what I'm in and people that I'm around, and make sure if there's hey, can you just do this? If they're your friends and you follow them, just like this stuff and share it. Unless it gets problematic, then just talk to them, because if they're your friends, right, you should be able to talk to them. Because most people, they don't even share your stuff, and you be right next to them. As soon as you get the money, they be like, hey, I've always liked you. I was like, I have events that are free you haven't been to.
Right. That's absolutely true. I want to thank whoever's watching. Thank you for watching My Lor Podcast. Thank you again, Lord Isaac, for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
Shout out to Imani Network. Make sure that you look up Imani Network, look up Baltimore Cinematic Universe, My Lor Gig, and stay subscribed, stay tuned, support, share, do all of the things, okay?
You are on your phone right now.
You're on your phone right now. All you gotta do is press the little like button, the share button. It makes it so easy for you. You know?
Already lurking you could do it from your burner account. You have 6 of them.
Yeah.
She don't want you back, fam. She's happy without you. I had to let it know that guys are the ones lurking and women doing. They're just doing it for reconnaissance to make sure that who you say you are is real. I don't blame you for wanting to know my real name. That's fine. Dudes have lied before. I can't use those lies anymore. I gotta be honest and shit.
All
right. You, sir.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
So I've been hustling. I am out here. It is crazy, but if you have a phone and a car, there's a way to make some money.